Welcome to Suladan Plays Azurael's Circle, Chapter 1. Azurael's Circle is a horror mystery adventure game. Navigate the house and find clues as to what happened to Helen Lancaster. Piece together items you find in your inventory to get into locked areas of the house and find other useful tools that can help you uncover this mystery. This is the first act in a planned series of stories following the events surrounding Azurael. Across the series, you'll encounter scarier and stranger events that slowly link together into a dark plot that'll chill you to your core. Features: discover the secret of Lancaster Farm, solve item-based puzzles to progress, 3 endings to discover, discover many other secrets. Do you mean 3 endings to this particular game, or 3 endings to the series as a whole? I'm assuming this game in particular. Also, there's background music, but I currently have it muted because I wanted to be able to do the intro and not be over a piano. Also, got a new curtain thingy. So, yay, there won't be the blinding light back there. If it turns out to be too dark, because, I don't know if you can see where I end and the curtain begins, I will figure out a lighting situation or something, but, yay. Now I should probably unmute that. There we go. Now we can hear. Let's see what sort of options they have. Command, remember. I never know what that means, but we're gonna boot this down to 60. We'll put it in. Yeah, we'll leave it alone. We're just gonna leave it alone for now. I usually fiddle around with it, especially if a game has voice. I put the I stutter it to where the music's here, sound effects are here, and the voice is here. Depending on the game, because I really like to be able to hear the characters' voices. Kind of in the Borderlands series, being able to hear the wacky rantings of your enemies is half the fun. Also, Diablo 3, there are some really fun things you can do with the sound settings that can almost turn it into a different game. I forget the exact numbers, but basically it forces the ambient sounds in the background that you never otherwise notice into the forefront, and there's a lot of sound effects in that game you don't realize are there, like rattling chains, rumbling stones, distant wailing. But that's neither here nor there, so let us begin Azurael's Circle, an Inkian Games production. I should also say this is a Game Jolt game, and the game, there is a link to the description. There is a link in the description, as per usual, for all my Game Jolt games, and I'm quite intrigued by it. The game, well, Game Jolt too, but, my name is Clint Lancaster. I'm a detective originally from Lancashire, England. Lancaster from Lancashire. Okay. I'm going to tell you about my investigation into my own mother's death. There are a lot of suspicious circumstances surrounding my old family farmhouse. It's somewhere I'll never venture again. I want you to hear the story in full detail so you can be wary. You may find this hard to believe, but it's true. It's all true. I arrived at Lancaster Farm late one night. I walked up the driveway and into my old front yard. Home at last. I'm sorry I was not prepared for that face. Easy does it, Clint. You've seen worse things than your own house on the... I hope you've seen worse things than your own house. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's not hard to see something worse than your own house, so... I may also scoot this over a little bit. Oh, well... Okay, well, let's try this one. Come on. There we go. OBS is a little weird when you have too many windows. There we go. Now it's a little more centered. With the square ones, I try to make sure it doesn't overlap with the camera, because I may as well take advantage of that. But putting it all the way to the left wasn't really helping anything. So we put it a little closer to center. The worst thing didn't involve your own mother's suicide. What a grim thought. Chin up. It'll be all right. Wait. Who left the lights on? Why is the door wide open? If I was as sloppy as the coppers in these parts, I'd be out of a job. Why is the letter I so much bigger than everything else? I love the font, though. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful font. I'm just puzzled by those really large eyes. Oh no. The eyes. They're watching us. Really large eyes. Ooh. You glide across the ground, sir. Are we sure you're not a ghost? Whoa, 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 buttons, buttons. Don't freak out on me. Okay, so there's a save menu. Plenty of save files. I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and save, I think. Yes, okay, it's save. Item, options, okay. Now we've been through the menu. Also, I like how the lighting changes. There's, I don't know whether to call it a filter or what, but I've noticed a lot of games do this. When you pause, all the lighting goes to that, there's no texture blending, I guess. I guess that would just be the simplest way to put it. Oh, I can go up and down. It's not just side-scrolling. Neat. Where to begin? What's the envelope on the table? That is a stamp. That is not an envelope. Forgot all about this. It's a picture of a peaceful farm scene that my father liked. I skipped ahead a little too quick. It's an old umbrella. It doesn't appear to have been used lately. It's already 9 o'clock. Light switch. The light is already on. Did the police forget to turn it off? No, let us turn it off. I guess we're not. This envelope isn't sealed anymore. I wonder if it was the investigation team when they came to look at the house. Dear Clint, I'm sure that when you learn of my death, you'll show up here. I'm sorry for chasing you away after your father. I think I figured out why it's so much bigger. Minor critique, and don't take this the wrong way. This font is all caps. The capital letters are just larger than everything else. I didn't notice that until now. That is a lot of text to be in all caps, and it's a little bit... I might suggest that you get a font that's not all caps all the time. I like it, it's creative. I've never seen one that does the just capital letters bigger while everything is still all caps, but... It's... I don't know, not what I would do, but it is your game, your artistic impression. And just offering a minor instructive criticism, opinion, whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry for chasing you away after your father passed. I know it was hard on you too, and you most certainly didn't deserve to be treated in such a way. I'm not in my right mind anymore. I fear I must take my own life to put an end to the heresy that I've committed. You've committed a heresy? Please tell me more. That's a very specific word. What heresy have you committed, ma'am? A lot of accusations of heresy going around right now. We got one pope accusing the other one of heresy. It's like, anyway, that's a whole other topic. It's been a while since there's been more than one person holding that title. So. Anyway, in my last moment of clarity, know that your mother is sorry that her demon is now yours. Okay. If her killing herself passed whatever it is on to him, then wouldn't the greater act of love have been for her to live as long as possible to keep it away from him? I don't know. Just, saying. It'll creep you out from beneath. It will find you with love from beyond, mother. It'll creep out from beneath? What's that supposed to mean? She really did go off the deep end in her final days. I'm sure it had nothing to do with us locking her away in this giant house all by herself. With that ticking clock in the background. Going to the left. There's a note hidden here. Looks like something my mother wrote. I miss my dear Edwin so dreadfully. I hope that he's resting peacefully in heaven. He always referred to me to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 3 to 4. He always said those verses gave him security. Well, see, now you've just made me curious. So, one moment. Oh, whoa. Okay, I didn't know I could do that. That is neat. And a little jarring. Get going. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 3 and 4. Let's see. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again on the third day according to the Scriptures. I don't really see how that ties into the game, but, if I was kind of hoping that the verse it was referring to would somehow have a clue that would drive the game forward, and that my looking it up would give me greater insight into this. But you know, I do see where they tie into the lore itself, into what she's saying about the him saying the verses gave him security. Anyway, moving on. Didn't really have a lot of time to sit and watch television with all the work we had to do. It's the TV. Why won't it turn on? The power's still active. Poke it with a stick. Photo of me as a boy. I didn't enjoy posing for photographs much, but it made my parents happy. Just be glad you've got instant photos. There was a time where you'd have to sit still for hours for that thing to come out. It's also the reason why in a lot of old photos, like really old photos of New York and such, the city streets are always eerily empty. Is because the photograph took hours of exposure time, so any moving object didn't show up. If the object moved a little bit, it'd be blurry. So you sometimes will see ghostly figures around phone booths and stuff where people lingered for a while, but generally all the movement, you would just end up with these ghostly empty cities. And it's beautiful and it's surreal. And you never really notice it until somebody points it out. I just happen to recognize it from an art history class I took. Classes. I mean, it was multiple. But anyway, is that a lemon? I mean, a lime. That is an apple. I wanted it to be a lime. I love green apples, don't get me wrong. It's my favorite type of apple. I like it because they've got that acidic tartness to them. Then again, I also eat lemons, so yeah. I like things with acidic tartness. I do recommend that if you eat high acid foods like that, if you wash your mouth out afterwards to remove the acid from your teeth as quickly as possible, you will minimize the damage done, as opposed to, say, eating a lemon and then going about the rest of your day and leaving that acid there. But yeah, I inherited. My grandmother was known for loving lemons and pickles and other acidic foods, and I tend to have inherited that. I adore them. There's also a small plum. A friend of mine has a tree. They call them plums. They're about this big. They look kind of like giant green grapes, but they're plum textured and they have a plum seed inside. And they're actually plums. I'm just saying grape so you get a shape image. But oh, those things are so sour and delicious, and I can eat so many of them. But then my teeth hurt for like 2 weeks, so I don't eat those anymore. I do want to see if you make a jelly out of them, how it would taste. But alas, I have not. Anyway, nothing to note on the counter or inside the cupboard. Wouldn't trust eating anything in the fridge at this stage. Nothing. The oven doesn't seem to be working. Maybe it needed serviced. Just gonna walk away from that. Knife maybe of you. Ooh, the tea is cold. Let's just leave this one alone. No, just shove it in your pocket. Cup and all, just shove it on in there. Yeah, I mean, you shoved a knife in your pocket, and that's a kitchen knife. It ain't gonna fold up for you. At least the water still seems to be running as normal. Dish is gone. Backyard. Creepy thing in the background. Oh, scarecrow. Oh, it's just you, Mr. Stuffigan. Hadn't laid eyes on you in quite some time. Still wish I didn't have to. You gave me the most horrible nightmares. Cellar is shut and the lock seems to be rusted. I'll need to smash this door. Louise shall smash it with Mr. Stuffigan's. There's a hole in the bucket. There's a hole in my bucket. The rust is eating through the bottom. Used to cart hay in this wheelbarrow. Key! What's this doing all the way out here? Not you, we found a key! Thick pile of hay, not easy to shift with my hands in the dark. It ain't dark, you have an aura of light. I assume you have a flashlight of some description, otherwise you're just a spooky light man. All who live in the darkness shall fear your approach, for you bring light. I went through that away and came out that away. There better be a hallway attached. There's just a hallway I'm not seeing. It's a little stick. There we go, a little force usually does the job. What? Okay. A key. This looks like the one that unlocks the door at the top of the stairs. The number of... I just wanted to look the books, man. I didn't know there was a key involved. Portrait of John Lancaster, my great-grandfather. He used to scare me half to death as a child. Always loved these ornamental plates. If I remember right, they were a wedding present. No, Mom used to always love them. Smokey! Where are you hiding? The cat is not stupid. The cat probably knows what it's doing hiding in the dark. I wouldn't blame it. There's something spooky going on in this house. He probably got the right idea. It's always good to have a spare. If you just picked up a towel and shoved it in your inventory, okay. I mean, yes, it's good to have the spare towel, but like every kid, I have good bath time memories, mainly running away when it was time for a bath. That's good pre-bath time memories then. I wonder if there's anything useful in here. Always smart to carry antiseptic. Couldn't hurt to have... Really? Moving on. We were always well stocked with toilet paper. No! Don't answer it, it's a trap! Hello? Odd, there's nobody there. Yes, we scared them away. The door to my room, but it's locked. Okay, I guess that's it'll auto-use the items for me. Leads to the ladder to the attic. The door is locked. Where's the key? I have the key! But first, Dad's old journal. I knew that he kept this in his final days, but I never read it. Oh, 18th of May 1972. I cursed the sickness for taking hold of me so quickly. The doctor paid me a visit and said that there's nothing that I can do. I didn't survive the trenches only to get sick home and die. He was also apparently an auctioneer and talked really fast, so yeah. I just pray to God that my end is quick and my suffering is minimal. 21st of May. My legs are so weak that I gotta use a walkie stick to help myself get around. A walkie stick. Can you believe it? Just a month ago I was chasing the foxes away from the wheat. It's been so hard on Clint. Stop chasing the foxes! They just want some wheat. Actually, they probably want the mice that are hiding in the wheat. But I'm trying to be strong for him. As much as I want him to follow after me on the farm, he's got the brains to make it in London. 25th of May, 1972. First my legs, now my arms. I'm not even 50 years old yet, and I'm almost completely incapacitated. Helen has to be almost everything for me now, while Clint tends to the farm. She's so used to being a housewife that it must be hard for her to do all the manual labor. I love her for doing her best. I picked a good one. 26th of May. This will be my final entry. I may last another couple of days, but I won't be able to write if I get any worse. I'm scared not knowing for sure where I'll go when I die, but I'm putting my faith in the Lord. I've been praying in the name of Jesus Christ that I'll be forgiven for sins, tried to live a good life, keep out of trouble. Sometimes I fell short. I hope I get shown mercy and forgiveness. Hope that the family look after each other. I'm sure you'll read this at some point, so I'll write it all down for you to read in times of weakness. I love you, Clint. I love you, Helen. Love you too, Dad. Pray you're resting in peace. Whoa. His auctioneer voice. It's contagious. A few articles of clothing neatly folded inside the drawers. My parents' bed. Nobody's leaving here now. It is but a bedside lamp. That comma really makes that read weird. It is but a bedside lamp. Moving on. This wasn't always here. Okay, you moved it. You should have notified you were gonna move it, but house is mostly in perfect order. The books all over the place. Did Mom break this part of the wall? Looks slightly like it was bashed in. Maybe there's something inside. Yes, a mouse. A very upset mouse. Is this the key to the attic door? In the morning there'd be a beautiful sunrise shining through the window. Don't move things on screen without telling me, buddy. This plant hadn't been fed or watered in some time. Being all spooky. I had just to keep the spare shotgun ammo in here. What was the combination? Need 3 sets of 2 digits. That wasn't it. Maybe there's a clue. Mom used to keep notes for this sort of thing. Check anything she's written for the combination. The fields stretch out for quite a distance. Actually, save. Always a good plan. Lightning. Hello, Manny. Never liked this mannequin. Wait, why is it in this pose? Thought the arms were broken. He's just waving at you. Boxes. Various odds and ends, not much of use. Can I light the candle? Lighter fuel seems kind of pointless with candle here. Matches would have made a lot more sense. What's in this? It's in Mom's handwriting. 1st June 1975. It's been 3 years to the day since Edwin passed away, and my heart still weeps. It's also approaching 3 years since I spoke to Clint. My guilt ebbs and flows with the day about what I said to him. Just less and less as of late. When he finds out that I'm going to speak to his father, he'll miss out. I still can't believe it. My Edwin spoke to me. He told me how much he misses me and how horrible it is on the other side. He says I must find a way to bring him back. There needs to be a vessel of some kind. Preferably alive, but another form will do temporarily. He's getting angry. Edwin never raised his voice to me before this. It must be horrible where he is, the place that he refuses to name. Oh, you brought something back, didn't you? That explains the mannequin. He went inside me. I blacked out. I barely remember any of it. Something's wrong. He said I'm a hostile environment and I'm putting up too much resistance. Yeah, that's not a good sign if the possessor starts saying stuff like that. They may not be who you think they are. Struggling to write, he went inside of me again, and when he left me, he must have returned downstairs. I have to seal it. This is not my Edwin. Mother, what have you unleashed? I kind of expected the mannequin to have moved. Old piano, nightmare trying to fit it through the door. Yeah, those things are big and heavy. I've moved a piano before. Well, I've moved 2 pianos before, but not at the same time. For I am not insane. Yet. Never said I was sane either, you know. Moving on. Okay, well, that's everything up here, I guess. Okay, Mr. Painting, you appear to, I don't know how I feel about that one neither. We're saving. I'm not gonna begin to compulsively save, just gonna do that since we've been through a few things. Well, there's no point in going outside. That's the point where he just leaves. Walking stick. I want it. Gimme. Dad's a walking stick. Mom mustn't have had it in her to part with it. Maybe I can use it later? Yes. Wait, can I use that to bash in the door? Why is there a dead crow? Mr. Stuffikans has come to life. What is this? Did the cat bring this in here? Hello, Mr. Stuffikans. Stuffigan. Cellar smash. I have a cane. Bash it in. Smash. I've got... The antiseptic is called treatment alcohol. That stunned me for a moment. I expected it to be called antiseptic because that's what he referred to it as. Wait. No, that wouldn't be 6 digits. I was gonna say the verse number and all, but I need a 6-digit combination. One thing that slightly annoys me. Okay, key to the upper hall let me in here, probably. Key to the master bedroom. Okay, then never mind. I was gonna say there's a key to his bedroom somewhere. There's also a cat somewhere. So I'm just gonna browse around a little. See, we got a key there. That was the journal. And that's more than 3 dates, so it wouldn't be that. I thought maybe the day of the month, but there was like 5 entries. Bunch of old canvases, or canvases. I don't know. I don't know how you spell the plural of that, so I'm just gonna leave that one there. I remember when I tried to paint, it did not go well. Okay. No, I've already. Well, what have I? Where have I not checked? The umbrella, obviously. Maybe no. It wouldn't be as simple as leaving. There used to be a number of statuettes and ornamental dishes here. Mom must have packed them up. You can just about make out the front garden in the darkness. The photograph. Okay, well that is 6 digits. 011534. Let's try that. 011534. I'm gonna forget it. 0115. Haha! It's a key to my old room. Why did you go downwards? Sir! Okay, that was weird. He got stuck. Oh, the input got stuck somehow. Anyway, I used to spin this globe and point my finger at a completely random spot. I told myself I'd travel there eventually. Still only traveled within the United Kingdom. Some of us haven't been to the United Kingdom, so seems like these boxes are full of a lot of my old things. I don't have time to be sleeping. Seems like these boxes, yeah, and I know the cabinet's gonna be the last place I want to look. It's a dark night outside. Batman, what are you doing at my door? Window. How are you on the 2nd floor? Anyway, it's completely jammed shut. I'll need to find something to pry it open with. Dad's walking stick would make for a good crowbar, I think. Oof. There we go. Is that an expletive I'm not familiar with, or is that the name of something? I'm gonna assume it's the name of a teddy bear. It's been a while since I've seen you, old pal. Yep. Wonder if Muddlestrop still has. Sorry, buddy, gonna need to cut you up. Here we go, my old lighter. My folks never knew I hid this in here if I ever wanted a sly cigarette. Question. Why'd you hide it in such a way that you had to tear it open to get to it? Wouldn't it have been more clever to, like, stitch a pocket into there somehow? Looks like it's empty. Hang on, I've got the lighter fuel from the attic. Most of my stuff is gone now. What do I... Am I just gonna burn the place down? A lighter case and a lighter. Wow, we're fancy. Well played. Well played, piano. Also, I couldn't get him to react to it, so if he's supposed to say something there, then whoops. No. Say. Don't do that to me, game. Thank you for the confirmation screen. I love confirmation screens. Who are you and what are you doing in my house? Oh dear. Excuse me, officer. I thought everybody was away by now. I saw the police cars earlier, but I noticed the lights were still on and I figured somebody must have left them on. Let's see. I'm an officer, but not for this case. My name's Clint Lancaster. This is my old house. I moved away to London for work years ago, but due to recent events... Oh, my apologies. My apologies. I'm Stephen Birch. I'm a neighbor. I'm not familiar with the Stephen Birch. Did you know my father? No. I only moved to these parts a year or so ago. Your accent. Are you from up north? Yes, I'm from Scotland. About a half-hour drive from Glasgow, originally. Nice to meet you, Stephen. I'm sorry, but if you'll excuse me... Oh, not at all, not at all. Not at all, not all. It was nice to meet you too, Clint. Sorry we didn't meet under more pleasant circumstances. Stop by for a cuppa at some point before you go back. Isn't that an Australian phrase? Well, I mean, I guess they do have links to the, historically. I don't know. I know Australians will say a cuppa, or like a cup of coffee. But since that has links originally to Britain, I don't know whether the figures of speech such as that are carried over from the European region, or whether it was something that popped up there later. I don't know. Anyway, see myself out. I'm mildly suspicious of you, sir. Wouldn't it be smart for me to go... I guess I'm gonna go set the barn on fire. There's a pile of hay out there. And you're gone. Mr. Stuffigan is gone. The shaft of an old axe. Where is Mr. Stuffigan? Oh, he's in the barn. We're just gonna set it up. You know, the sad thing is I know there's a cat somewhere, and I can't burn the place down with a cat. I think it's telling me I've got to go back to the attic. I would have thought the mannequin would be what comes after me. Well played, red herring. Oh, Manny. Oh, you're still here. Can I give it the axe? I don't mean attack it. I mean just give the axe to it. An axe shaft. Check each room. Something somewhere must be triggered. There's got to be a trigger for it to continue or to go forward or to do things. The painting is still just as different as ever. I mean, can I use the shaft of the axe to bash it in? Do I need to make an axe? I see red eyes outside that window. Fields, fields, and more fields. Welcome to the English countryside. Just gonna ignore the red eyes, huh? Just gonna ignore the ominous red eyes. Oh, ridiculous. This should be kept in the shed. What did I get? A pitchfork? Oh, I can move the hay around. You know, I picked up this pitchfork for a good reason. An axe head. Ah, yes, the head of the axe we used to support Mr. Stuffigan. Let's see if I can secure the old axe head to the shaft. There we go. Far from sturdy, but it should be good for a few swings. That's going to lead me to the basement, where there's going to be some unholy ritual site. This axe should do the trick. Save. A note. Torn piece from the Bible. Who would dare tear this out? Psalms 51:1-2. I'm not used to games having a lot of verses in them. This is puzzling. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgressions. Wash away all iniquity. You misspelled iniquity. That is inequity. Equity is a business term. Inequity, and cleanse me from my sin. I love the Q. I'm just going to say right now, that's one thing in this font that I love, is the way the Q just kind of trails on under the next letter. That's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Dear Lord, please forgive my mother for what she's done and forgive me for what I'm about to walk into. That latter part puzzles me a bit. Door didn't used to be here. It looks like Mom must have had it installed and then bound it with rope. How do you bound a door with rope? I mean, if the door opens inward and you and you mount rope on both sides, you could have kind of a makeshift deadbolt, but it's tied too well to pull apart. We burn it. Just pour some alcohol on it. Now I need just a lighter to ignite it. Bingo, that burned nicely, and then the whole house went with it. Not the cat! Wait, the cat meowed earlier. What is this? Mother, what have you done? But, well, no, he just said Smokey if it was Smokey. Poor little beast. Azurael. Who's Azurael? Somebody you don't want to mess with, that's who. Clinton Lancaster. If I had some kind of voice filter to put on to make that sound demonic, I would. Step into the circle. That voice. Oh no, it's the dungeon keeper. Where is it coming from? Who are you? What are you? Release me. Let me into your world. Why? Give me one good reason? I'll do no such thing. I'll destroy this circle. You should move quicker, Mr. Stuffigan. What evil has possessed you? Ah! Unhand me. Quickly, quickly. Where is it? Got it. Lucky for me, my friend. Straw is flammable. I had to have it to get in here, though. So if you're still listening, I thank you for the attention. Should you see Azurael's circle in a book, destroy it. Should you hear somebody discuss Azurael's circle, stay well away from them. Should you see an Azurael circle on the wall or floor, run. Anywhere Azurael circle has been drawn somewhere is somewhere that you don't want to be. If you joined in late, please stay tuned because this broadcast will loop. Farewell and God bless. My name is Clint Lancaster. I'm a detective. Waiting to see if it actually loops. Nope. Okay. Well, this has been Azurael Circle Chapter 1. I love this sort of game. Really is beautiful. Gonna mute the sound, though. It's very beautiful music, don't get me wrong. It's got all the ominous vibes and whatnot. It's just a little hard to keep my train of thought, and I don't want to have to talk over it. But yeah, I really like this game. I really look forward to seeing further chapters on this. It's, been out for a good few days. Excuse me. But this is beautiful. I do think that the characters, the player model, specifically his left to right walk, could use a little work. But I know getting sprites done is, kind of a pain and all. So don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing. Just noting that is one spot that could be improved. I love the pixelated style. The puzzles felt pretty straightforward. The story is interesting. I like how you hid the combination to the safe by using the 1 Corinthians 15, 3 and 4. That was clever. And it fit into the theme of the note. It wasn't just thrown in there for no reason. Still a little unique. I've never seen a game incorporate like Bible stuff into it like that. So that puzzles me a little, but design-wise, it's great. I enjoyed the story. I really look forward to seeing how further chapters could build on this. There's one thing I do have to point out. The circle that's on the title screen right here is nothing like the circle that was on the floor. It would have been neat if it matched, but I do understand the pixel style does have some limitations. So I don't know if you could make one that complex. But yeah, really like the game. It is on Game Jolt. I thank you for watching thus far. There's a link to the Game Jolt page for the game in the description. If and when Chapter 2, 3, and beyond come out, I will be watching and hoping to play it. And I'm going to go ahead and pause here for now. I'm going to click one button real quick just to make sure that other parts haven't come out yet. Okay, nope. I was making sure. It would be my luck. It turns out the game is already out, and I'm just like, oops. But, yeah, when further parts come out, I will be playing them and looking forward to them. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time.